Hello, it's Nancy Reino, and I love shopping at Newport Avenue Market and creating delicious meals. The two items I'm using today from Newport Avenue Market are Mazzetta spaghetti sauce and Pasta Joy brown rice pasta. Confession. I'm a foodie. What I'm going to create is pasta Fagioli, which stands for pasta and beans. So we start with a base of spaghetti sauce. I say water it down, dilute it, whichever way we're going to do that to kind of create the soupy part of it. But before I do that, I use a little bit of onions in my spaghetti sauce, but some people don't. So I like to add a little bit of onions. As long as they're cooked, gives a little bit of flavor. Little diced up celery. Probably need a little bit more celery than that, but it was late when I diced that up. Okay, and then carrots are optional. I like carrots. The more vegetable, the better for me. I have a few people that don't necessarily care for a lot of carrots in their soup, so just a little bit on that. So I've got the vegetables in. I'm just going to stir that up just a tad. You can see it's a pretty good combination of vegetables to broth. And then I have some cannellini beans. That's the fancy term for white navy beans. Okay, so I kind of just eyeball the consistency of the pasta Fagioli, and to me it still looks a little bit too tomato saucy. So I'm going to add a cup of water, and then the reason why I have not added the pasta yet, I would never recommend putting it into the soup because it's just going to get mushy. So I kind of keep the pasta separate and then add it while I'm heating it up. So we're going to take this over to the stove, heat it up so we can cook the vegetables that are in there. I keep it covered so that it doesn't lose as much of the liquid. A lot of times, if there's too much liquid in there, you can take the top off and then let it boil down a little bit, but I like a lot of broth. So I'm going to keep it on there, turn it down just a tad, and then go back and check the vegetables in a few minutes because it's almost done. Okay, so the pasta Fagioli is ready. I'm just adding the noodles separately so they don't get mushy, as we talked about. And the vegetables are al dente as well. And I'm much more of a broth person, so I'm going to add a little bit more of the juice than the vegetables for my portion. And it's really nice to sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan on there. Just to recap, today's ingredients for pasta Fagioli is spaghetti sauce, broth, water, onions, carrots, celery stalks, cannellini beans, and Parmesan cheese. I hope you enjoy one of my favorite family recipes as much as I do, with the help from Newport Avenue Market. See you next time. Yum. Still hot.